Welcome to Section 420, Talkin Yankees, the podcast. Well, the Yankees finally get their first taste of the Red Sox, and it's a bitter pill. Yankees take a really disappointing series loss, 2-1 against the Red Sox, all low-scoring games, all winnable games, but nevertheless, this Yankee offense is anemic, and you just see the value of Aaron Judge. I mean, he truly is the MVP. Without him, this team is completely flat. So, get into all that stuff, but before we start, make sure you subscribe to the podcast. So if it's your first-time listener, or you've been listening a little bit, make sure you follow, subscribe, and get notified when new content comes up throughout the rest of the season. Interviews, wrap-up reports, little nuggets, little stories by me, little cool stuff only for you podcast subscribers. So, just kind of bizarre. We're this far into the season, and the Yankees still haven't played the Red Sox, kind of waiting there. Now, the Red Sox, haven't gotten off to a great start of the season. There was a point where actually, they were doing better than the Yankees in April. They looked toward late April there when the Yankees kind of faltered a little bit, but nevertheless, Yankees kind of finally got over that hump there. But, Red Sox guys got some recently bad news with the orphan injured Chris Sale. Seems like he's not going to be out now until August. So it's kind of a lost season for them. But nevertheless, it's still the Yankees, Red Sox, and it's always going to get attention. That's why two of the games were on national television Saturday night and Sunday night. But, it's getting back how he started the opening with Judge. I mean, just to see how valuable he is to his team. I mean, last season, when just so many times with Judge's numbers, I mean, you take the 62 home runs and just what his on-base percentage and stuff like that, you take that out, Yankee lineup's really lost because you're really not getting anything else from the other guys. You're not really getting anything from, Gleyber Torres over any long period of time, or DJ LeMahieu, who he looks like, even though saying today, he's just not the same player. And he's like down to 230s now in the batting average. And, Giancarlo Stanton, I mean, he has the talent, he has the power. He should kind of be Judgian like. Still haven't seen really any home run power from him. You see the ability to sort of carry a team, which he could potentially do if he's clicking on cylinders. So this team right now is completely flat without Judge. Now, again, not going to go crazy, not going to panic. The good news is that, and as we saw in the series, the Yankees do have a good pitching staff. Again, probably the best bullpen ERA in baseball right now. So they can still weather the storm a little bit with Judge, but you can't see him being gone for too long. And anyway, this team's going to survive because, again, this the offense without Judge around, it's just completely flat. Even Rizzo hasn't gotten a hit since Judge went down. Just to see how Judge is just kind of the straw that stirs the drink there. And it's just, without him there to sort of, kind of trickle down to everyone else there, and you kind of relying on someone like a Gleyber Torres, or you're relying on a Rizzo just alone, it's just not happening. So we'll get to the games themselves. So again, they're all low scoring games. I mean, they're all winnable games. And the first one, the Yankees brought the ace Cole to the mound there. And again, it's a game where, Cole wasn't terrible. I mean, he was down already by 1-0 in the top of the sixth inning there, which, again, that's a situation where it's probably figure, all right, even though he gave up a run, you should win the game, but made himself even worse against Rafael Devers, who just absolutely kills him all the time, hit a solo home run, increased the Boston lead at that point 2-0. Now, finally, the Yankees got on the board by one of those people who could step up. It would be nice, Josh Donaldson. Finally getting Yankees ball with a home run of his own. And look, since Donaldson's been back, a lot more impressive than Stan right now with his fourth home run since returning. At least cut the lead in half there. But, of course, the always unreliable Albert Abreu. Again, I don't know why they keep the guy on the team. He just always surrenders a home run, big home runs. Gives up a home run to increase the Boston lead to 3-1. Now, the Yankees did have a shot in this game in the ninth inning with another struggling Yankee, Volpe, on with 2 on. Against Kelsey Jansen, the Boston closer, hits a line drive to left field there, and it just misses the left field foul pole by inches. And, of course, the very next pitch pops up, and then Boston takes the opening game by a score of 3-2. But that then brings us to the second game, with at least one of the good news Yankees lately. That's been Domingo Germán. Throws another gem there. 6 innings, just gives up 1 run on 5 strikeouts, and is a game with the long ball. I mean, a lot of kind of, not too many big innings in this series there, but this game too was definitely a back and forth with long ball. First with Gleyber Torres getting the Yankees on the board 1-0, and then Rafael Devers. I don't know why they learned that. Just don't bother pitching this guy, especially if there's no one on. Maybe just pitch around and walk him. But nevertheless, takes the Yankees deep again for the second consecutive night. Ties the game at that point 1-1. But then Willie Calhoun, kind of the newest folk hero for the Yankee with that kind of uppercut swing, gives the Yankees the lead back with a home run on their own, and the Yankees will tack on another run. And this game was all about Domingo Germán and the Yankees bullpen and Clay Holmes finally closing out, at least tying the series at this point 3-1. Now, the third game, probably the most frustrating one, just because they lose it in the extra innings. And it's just another wasted start by Clark Schmidt, who's really been on a roll lately. This is a game that you should have a win in his column finally. Unfortunately, the Yankee offense just hasn't been for him there the last couple starts. And again, the last couple starts has been very deserving of wins. It's just, the Yankee offense, unfortunately, just hasn't been there for him. Now, the Yankees were behind early, 1-0, but the team got on the board in the second inning. It was kind of a bit of a break for the Yankees with 2 runners on. Jose Trevino hit one up the middle there, just nicked the second base bag there. So, Boston was ready in position to make the play. It would have been an easy out. Hit the bag. The ball ended up going in the outfield. The Yankees scored 2. So even the 2 runs the Yankees scored in this game, they were almost a bit of a gift. I mean, it was like a 1 in a million shot would hit off the bag like that. And so the Yankees were kind of gifted the 2 runs. So if it wasn't for that, it could have possibly this Yankee team wouldn't have scored at all in this game. But the Yankee at that point took a 2-1 lead. But really all the focus is going to be on Gleyber Torres for this one because he really blew it big this time. And it was more of a defensive thing. So Enrique Hernandez with a seeing eye ground ball gets it past DJ there playing at third base. So normally it would just be a single. Billy McKinney out there throwing the ball in. Gleyber Torres, I don't know why he was kind of stuck on second base and he just didn't bother reaching over to grab the ball again. Again, it wasn't a perfect throw to second base, but it wasn't anything that you can walk a foot or 2 off second base and catch the ball. Instead, he kind of nonchalantly puts his hand out there. Very lazy on his part. The ball ends up rolling to first base, allows Hernandez to go to second base, and then later he would end up scoring on a ground out there. So that's all on Gleyber Torres there, and it tied the game at that point 2-2. Whereas if that play didn't happen, again, that's in the 8th inning, good chance the Yankees close it out. Again, the Yankee bullpen was good for the most part in this game, but unfortunately it was the bonehead play by Gleyber there, allowing Enrique Hernandez to get into scoring position, and he would eventually come around to score there. And the Yankees would take this one into extra innings, and in the top of the 10th, Boston would get the go-ahead run in off Rob Marinaccio. And again, it was Enrique Hernandez again with the RBI there, giving Boston a 3-2 lead. Now, the Yankees did have an opportunity in the bottom of the 10th. Now, DJ LeMahieu was the ghost runner there, and Billy McKinney, who made a fabulous catch to end the top of the 10th there, robbing a possible home run or at least a double off the top of the wall. Got some good wood on the ball with 2 strikes, were able to hit it to right field. Wasn't enough to get it out for a double, but at least further enough to allow DJ to get in the scoring position there at third base, so 90 feet away. So at that point, all you need is maybe another sacrifice fly or maybe a little Blanca bloop that kind of bounced around the infield there, maybe gets mishandled, and DJ could score to tie the game. But you had really, I don't want to blame the Volpe one, but Trevino with a terrible, terrible at bat. Now against big righty there, Chris Martin swings at pitches that are just way inside. Why are you swinging at these? They're really close to the strike zone. I mean, he's a catcher of all people. You think he would know the strike zone. Got himself in a really bad count, and would end up on whiffing on a 97-mile-per-hour fastball on the outside corner there. So, I mean, that was the at-bat with 1 out, where Trevino needed to come through, and he didn't. And get in the game early, got lucky with that little comeback or up the middle there, hit the bag, fine, great. But this was a terrible at-bat for him. I know you're up against a tough pitcher there, but swing a good pitch. In fact, one of them was a splitter that if he just stood there and didn't move his body, it would have hit him, and he would have got on first base, and the next man up maybe could have done something there. So just a terrible at-bat for Trevino. And at that point, with Volpe up and just, as he's been slumping lately, kind of knew the game was over, and Volpe would end up striking out himself again. Not as bad as Trevino, but Trevino with a really bad at-bat. And if you want to go early in this game, in that inning where the Yankees scored the 2 runs, Gleyber Torres was up with an opportunity to do a little bit more damage to tack on to that 2-1 lead, and he ended up taking a call strike 3 by the opposing pitcher, Bayo there. So, again, this is a bad all-around game for Gleyber, bad all-around for this Yankee team. Bonehead plays by Gleyber, bonehead plays by Trevino with that at-bat, and Rizzo's in a terrible slump, and really just no one else is hitting right now. So not a good place where you want to be with the Yankees, as now they shuffle from here and go over to Citi Field to play the Mets. And, they'll get a day off to lick the wounds there. But, of course, waiting for them in the wings is going to be Matt Scherzer and Justin Verlander. Now, I know they've been struggling lately, and Met fans are upset with them and stuff like that. I mean, Verlander got bombed in his last game. But, of course, the Yankees' luck is once the Yankees get in there, so now they're going to turn to the vintage Scherzer and the vintage Verlander there. You just know that's going to happen. So we'll see how the Yankees. Now, the matchup's a pretty good opening game. You'll have Scherzer versus Severino, and then Cole versus Verlander. So you could almost arguably say, the Yankees maybe two, well, I mean, if I'm talking in terms of flamethrowers, the Yankees' 2 best flamethrowers versus the Mets' 2 best flamethrowers. So that part aspect you like about it, but obviously you don't want to be facing Scherzer, who, again, if he has a good game there and he's on, he's going to be tough on any, even if an offense is good and even if you have Judge. So, but now this Yankee version of the offense, which is not too good right now. So, and the Mets have been slumping. They lost out of the 8 of last 9. They're kind of due to turn it around a little bit. And, of course, you just have the feeling it's going to be against the Yankees. So not a good onset there for the Yankees. And as for Judge, No really timetable yet when he's going to come back. I mean, they say they've seen some improvements on him, but the swelling's not down enough yet in that toe to really give him another examination kind of timetable. So he's kind of on a wait and see. Rendon can continue to throw. That's great, but this Yankee offense right now needs Judge, needs the MVP back. And so, again, they're going to take that max time just to make sure that toe is fully healed. That's what they're going to do. Again, not the end of the world. Now the Yankees kind of slipped back to 9.5 games behind Tampa. Again, Tampa had a couple of good games against the Rangers there at home there. So Yankees are going to continue to climb there. And again, they're just going to have to get their act together. And again, other people are going to have to contribute. And they can't be making bonehead plays like Gleyber Torres did because it's just inexcusable. And it's just a real shame because, pitching, the starters, and the bullpen overall, they're not the problem right now. It's this offense. And, it's someone it's really Stanton has to be the guy. I mean, he's good, he's quality. He's not Judge, but he's one level very shortly below that where he has ability to carry the team, so he has to turn it on. And, Gleyber has some making up to do there when the Yankees get to Citi Field. So, bad weekend series loss for the Yankees, and we'll catch you the next time. Hopefully it proves against the Mets.